Hello dear friends. Blood clotting, or coagulation, is a vital process that prevents excessive bleeding when a blood vessel is injured. This video explains the clotting cascade, including the intrinsic and extrinsic pathways, key clotting factors, and the formation of a stable fibrin clot. Stay tuned to learn about the mechanism and the role of anticoagulants in regulating blood coagulation. Hemostasis. Hemostasis is a sequence of responses that stops bleeding and can prevent hemorrhage from smaller blood vessels. Hemostasis plays an important part in maintaining homeostasis. Stages of hemostasis. When a blood vessel is injured, the injury initiates a series of reactions, resulting in hemostasis, which occurs in 3 stages. They are vasoconstriction, platelet aggregation, coagulation, blood clotting. The figure below shows it in detail. Immediately after injury, the blood vessel constricts and decreases the loss of blood from damaged portion, as a result from contraction of the smooth muscle of the vessel wall. Constriction blocks small blood vessels, arterioles and small arteries, thus preventing blood flow. When the blood vessels are cut, the endothelium is damaged and the collagen is exposed. Platelets adhere, von Willebrand factor, to this collagen and get activated. The activated platelets secrete serotonin and other vasoconstrictor substances which cause constriction of the blood vessels. Platelets release thromboxanes, which consider as vasoconstrictors and potent hypertensive agents. They facilitate platelet aggregation. Platelet aggregation. Platelets adhere to the exposed collagen fibers of the connective tissue of the damaged blood vessels. Platelets release adenosine diphosphate, thromboxanes which consider as vasoconstrictors, and other chemicals that make other platelets to stick in the area, and to clump together to form a platelet plug. Platelet plugs are very effective in preventing blood loss in small blood vessels, and with fibrin threads form tight plugs. Blood clotting, coagulation. Blood coagulation is an important process to maintain homeostasis. Blood clot is defined as the mass of coagulated blood which contains RBCs, WBCs and platelets entrapped in fibrin meshwork. RBCs and WBCs are not necessary for clotting process. These cells are trapped with platelets when clot is formed. The trapped RBCs are responsible for the red color of the clot. The external blood clot is also called scab. It adheres, sticks, to the opening of damaged blood vessel and prevents blood loss. During this process, the fibrinogen is converted into fibrin. Fibrin thread get attached to the loose platelet plug, which blocks the ruptured part of blood vessels and prevents further blood loss completely. Mechanism of blood clotting. The clotting mechanism is a series of reactions involving chemicals that normally circulate in the blood and others that are released when a vessel is damaged. A blood clot is formed when the plasma protein fibrinogen is cleaved by proteolytic enzyme to produce fibrin. If blood vessel damage is so extensive that platelet aggregation and vasoconstriction cannot stop the bleeding, the complicated process of coagulation, blood clotting, required the aid of clotting factors. Most of the clotting factors are proteins in the form of enzymes. Normally, all the factors are present in the form of inactive proenzymes. These proenzymes must be activated into enzymes which are necessary clot formation. Most of the clotting factors, factor 8, factors 7, 8, 9, and 10, are synthesized in the liver and some are obtained from our diet. Other chemicals involved in clotting include platelet factors, chemicals released by damaged tissues, calcium ions, and the plasma proteins prothrombin, fibrinogen, and others synthesized by the liver. Vitamin K is necessary for the liver to synthesize prothrombin and several other clotting factors, factors 7, 9, and 10. Stages of blood clotting include formation of prothrombin activator, conversion of prothrombin into thrombin, conversion of fibrinogen into fibrin, formation of prothrombin activator. Blood clotting initiates with the formation of a substance called prothrombin activator, which converts prothrombin into thrombin. Prothrombin activator formation is initiated by substances produced either within the blood or outside the blood. The formation of prothrombin activator occurs through 2 pathways: the extrinsic and intrinsic pathways. Intrinsic pathway. In this pathway, the formation of prothrombin activator is initiated by platelets, which are within the blood itself. The figure below explains the intrinsic pathway where you can see the details of factors on the left. Note that the letter after each factor represents the activated form of its respective factors. Extrinsic pathway. In this pathway, the formation of prothrombin activator is initiated by the tissue thromboplastin, which is formed from the injured tissues. Conversion of prothrombin into thrombin. Blood clotting is all about thrombin formation. Once thrombin is formed, it definitely leads to clot formation. Prothrombin activator that is formed in intrinsic and extrinsic pathways converts prothrombin into thrombin in the presence of calcium. Once formed thrombin initiates the formation of more thrombin molecules. The initially formed thrombin activates conversion of fibrinogen into fibrin. The final stage of blood clotting involves the conversion of fibrinogen into fibrin by thrombin. Thrombin converts inactive fibrinogen into activated fibrinogen. The activated fibrinogen is called fibrin monomer. Fibrin monomer polymerizes with other monomer molecules and form loosely arranged strands of fibrin. Later these loose strands are modified into dense and tight fibrin threads by fibrin stabilizing factor, factor 13, in the presence of calcium ions. All the tight fibrin threads are aggregated to form a network of stable clot. Here the figure shows the detailed view of blood clotting coagulation. Anticlotting mechanism in our body. Under physiological conditions, intravascular clotting does not occur due to the presence of some physiochemical factors in the body such as continuous circulation of blood, smooth endothelial lining of the blood vessels, natural anticoagulants and so on. Now it's time for some possible questions. For more questions and related videos please subscribe to us. Thank you.